one night, like really late, me and my wife were having a bottle of wine in our kitchen really late at night. And my wife was like, you love hot sauce, you love design, why don't you make a hot sauce? So it was I didn't really think much about it. And then I ordered a bunch of stuff. I watched a quick video on how to make hot sauce and I made it. I made the sweet jalapeno one, that's its original recipe, which we created. Probably then I tried it. And then the next day I woke up, I tried it again. I was like, actually, I kind of want to try and do something with this.
Welcome to Beyond the Board, where we break bread with some of the most interesting industry leaders. I'm Jason Beekle of Whole Foods Market, and I'm honored to host in-depth conversations with some of the most innovative and impactful leaders in the food industry. Today, we're talking with Brooklyn Peltz Beckham, founder of Cloud23, makers of two premium organic hot sauces, the Hot Habanero and Sweet Jalapeno. He's a world traveler, skilled storyteller, content creator, and talented cook with a true love for good food. So Brooklyn, thanks for joining. I know that you're an avid cook. You're obviously a world traveler, as you mentioned. I have some of the same passions. I love cooking with friends and family. One of the things that I get passionate about is any party I go to or hosting I have is I'm usually making the cheese board and charcuterie and pulling those together. It's always a lot of fun. What are some of the things that you're sort of known for cooking amongst your friends and family?
So my go-to dish is spaghetti Bolognese. It's something that I used to cook with my dad, and I kind of took his recipe and I changed it. And it's just, honestly, like just making it is it's such a fun process because it takes me like 5-6 hours to make. And it's so fun. So probably the spaghetti Bolognese is my go-to dish for when I have people over, when I'm cooking for me and my missus, or for anyone really.
That's great. I'm sure there's a lot of nostalgic
and
moments.
It also goes with wine, and I love wine. So
that's great. So what tweaks did you make to his recipe?
So I add a bit of the sweet jalapeno. I'm gonna get so much rubbish for this, but I actually add like most of like 90% of the bottle of wine. That's why I say I cook it for so long, is because it has to simmer, it has to get all the alcohol out. But I love that taste of the wine included in the sauce. So
you mentioned Tokyo being probably your favorite city as it relates to food. What are some of the other top places in the world that have sort of inspired your cooking and sort of your passion?
Definitely Spain, Milan, and Italy.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
All beautiful places. And speaking of which, these bottles are absolutely unique and beautiful. As you came about the process of wanting to do this development, like what considerations did you have in your packaging and sort of the design of the bottles themselves?
I didn't want any plastic. I wanted something that was completely different. And I kind of based it off like a whiskey decanter kind of tattoo style.
I think of that, but I totally see it now.
So I kind of wanted something that like is like a kind of statement on the coffee table. Obviously, even when you open it, you don't have to put it in the fridge. I don't. And I wanted something also when you're done with the sauce, you can use it for other things. That's kind of why I wanted something that like feels good and obviously tastes good. So it was a really fun process designing this. Couldn't be happier with the outcome of it.
I've actually reused the bottles for some sauces I've created. As well. So yeah, totally.
It's really good if you remake oil. If you make your own oil with if you like put it in like a pot, and then you put some like rosemary, garlic, and thyme in there, and some salt, and then you clean it out. It's amazing.
How did you learn to cook?
It's kind of always been something that's it's always been very close to me. It's something that me and my dad and my family have bonded over. It's something me and my wife bond over. And obviously growing up, I've been lucky enough to kind of live in some pretty cool places and trying all different types of cuisines, just like learning about like all the cultures, and I've just always been obsessed with it. I've always never been afraid to try anything. So it's just something that's always been very close to me since I was a baby.
Oh, that's great. What professional chefs have sort of inspired you?
My few favorite chefs, I love Roy Choi and I love Nancy Silverton. Those are two of my favorites. I've been lucky enough to be able to kind of do a few videos with them and hang out with them for a while, but they're awesome. They're so talented and so lovely.
What was the most exciting thing you made with one of them?
I'm not much of a baker, but when I went to hang out with Nancy, she showed me how to do this like blueberry pie, which was really cool. And she's so cool. She's so amazing. And I love her restaurants.
Oh, that's outstanding. One of the things I'm really interested in is how you've blended your love for food and storytelling when you created Cloud23. What was sort of the defining moment when you realized like this is what you want to do?
The idea of Cloud23 came to me around 3 years ago, and it obviously started with my love for hot sauce and my love for cooking. And before that, I was cooking with my family, with my wife, with my friends, with anyone. I just loved it. It was something that like just took my mind off of things. And 3 years ago, I wanted to kind of create what I thought was the best hot sauce. And something that's really appealing to the eye. And started working on it, built an amazing team who I'm very close with and who I love. And it's been amazing so far. So I'm very happy with kind of what we've done. And we have really big plans that we're working on.
So you've traveled all over the world. You lived in the UK, Spain, Miami, Los Angeles. How have these locations helped influence your appreciation for good food?
Yeah, so ever since I was a baby, I've never been afraid to try anything. And obviously, like living in Madrid, I tried some amazing food there. I've lived in Milan, I've lived in LA, London, I lived in New York for a while. And one of my favorite places is Tokyo. And I don't know, just like traveling around the world is one of my favorite things to do. And just trying amazing food it's just something that I love. Just like trying all different types of cuisines, it's just something that I just really love doing all the time.
What is your favorite location as far as like for food? Which of those cities, or what city in the world would you say is your top? It's probably a hard pick.
Probably, honestly, it's hard to beat Tokyo. It's hard to beat
totally
Tokyo.
with you on that.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. So one of the things I love talking with founders about is sort of that moment when they realize they really have something there, whether it's the product or the brand. Can you sort of tell us a little bit about sort of when you had that experience, when you realized that you had something here with Cloud23?
Yeah, so like 3 years ago, I was kind of figuring out what I kind of wanted to do. I was trying a bunch of things out. And then one night, like really late, me and my wife were having a bottle of wine in our kitchen, really late at night. And my wife was like, you love hot sauce, you love design, why don't you make a hot sauce? So it was I didn't really think much about it. And then I ordered a bunch of stuff. I watched a quick video on how to make hot sauce and I made it. I made the sweet jalapeno one, that's its original recipe, which we created. Probably then I tried it. And then I was like, and then the next day I woke up, I tried it again. I was like, actually, I kind of want to try and do something with this. Like I had so much fun, doing it. And I just really wanted to kind of create something. And then, was doing my research and, found this kind of white space with, high-end condiments with great ingredients. And I just wanted to create what I thought was the best hot sauce. And then obviously built an amazing team, found a great CEO. And that's kind of how it started. But probably when I got the first bottle, when it first came off, like I was working on it for so long. And then like just over a year ago, I got the first bottle and I was like, wow, like I was like, I did this. This is amazing. So probably when I got that first bottle made, I was like, oh, wow.
That's what it really sort of sunk in.
Yeah.
That's such a great story. When you think about sort of after you had the idea, what was sort of like the process that you went through to say, okay, this is how I want to sort of bring this brand to life. Like these are the attributes, the things that are so important. Obviously, it's a great tasting hot sauce. It's beautiful, like you mentioned. What was sort of the way that you sort of conceptualized how you wanted to bring this particular product to market?
Yeah, so I wanted something that was completely different. I wanted something that was fully organic because that's very important to me. And it's obviously important in today's world. And then I wanted something that really stood out. So I started to design, because I had like an idea of the sauce I wanted. And it's not from like the sauce I created, it wasn't any from like a specific region. I just kind of wanted to make what I thought was the best hot sauce and what I really liked. And then started, I kind of had the idea for the sauce, and then I started to design the bottle. I found a great design firm to help me with the bottle. And then I found a CEO, and then I found, which took a long time, because there's not many organic hot sauces out there, to try and find an organic co-packer, which is in Arizona. It's made in Arizona. So just like all these little kind of pieces when we put together, it's been a long process, but it's been the most fun. I've had the most fun the last 3 years, like kind of building it and sorting it out. So
that's so great. It's finding the right co-packer is always the toughest thing. Every founder I talk to, it's always it's always the toughest step in the process. Can you tell us a little bit about the Cloud23 brand and sort of like what it means and sort of the kind of story behind that?
23 is my lucky number. It is the day I asked my wife to marry me, and basically I've been on cloud 9 since since that night since I created the first sauce. So like the name means a lot to me, and it has like little meanings behind it.
Right, that's great. I love that. So personal. That's great. So you've launched exclusively at Whole Foods Market, which we couldn't be happier with. Can you tell me a little bit about sort of your journey in connecting with Whole Foods and sort of what it's meant as far as helping support and bringing this product to market?
I've always been a massive fan of Whole Foods. I think designing this, that was always my goal, is to release with Whole Foods, just because, like I said, I've always been a fan. And when I got the opportunity to release it nationwide with you guys, I was just like, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I still can't believe it. And the Whole Foods people have been amazing. And, I couldn't have asked for a better launch partner.
Hot sauce is usually typically associated with different types of regions. So you got like Tabasco is tied to Louisiana, Tapatio is tied to California. What regions or parts of the world really inspired you around Cloud23?
I wasn't really this isn't off of any specific region. There's other hot sauces that I have loved before I created Cloud23, but it's not from like a specific region. It was really fun, like deciding like what peppers to put in the hot sauce, because it's more of a pepper base when most hot sauce is more of a vinegar base. I just wanted to, keep it simple, jalapenos, habaneros. And it's not from like a specific region.
Well, I recently learned that there are over 4,000 different types of chili peppers in the world.
Really?
Wow. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
I just learned that in preparing for our conversation today. Can you tell me a little bit about the types of chili peppers that you're utilizing in sourcing and sort of the focus that the company has going through the process?
Yeah, I think we decided to do habaneros and jalapenos. Those are two of my favorite peppers. Like I said, there's not many, maybe close to no organic hot sauces on the market. And that was very important to me, to find it organic. And when I found my co-packer, I went out there and literally I just tried both peppers, and I was just like, okay, this is it. When you have that moment when you do something or try something, you're like, this is it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, these I feel like are the most traditional peppers. I don't want to put in some random pepper no one really knows. I wanted to keep it very simple, very clean ingredients with, just keep it simple, really.
Yeah, well, it helps the customer have the expectation. They know the habanero is going to be a little bit hotter, obviously, than the jalapeno. So that makes perfect sense. At Whole Foods Market, we're really proud that we ban more than 300 food ingredients like high fructose corn syrup, hydrogenated fats, and ultimately we use a lot of organic ingredients in many of the offerings that we've got in our stores. At Cloud23, we know that your product's not only organic that you mentioned earlier, but you focus on clean ingredients and make sure that your product does not have gums or stabilizers. Why was this important for you in helping develop the product?
I wanted to create the cleanest hot sauce. I think, I try and eat as clean as possible. And obviously after creating this, I eat a lot cleaner now. And I think in today's world, it's very important. There's no seed oils, there's no xanthan gum or stabilizers, like you said. And, like we said, it's more of a pepper base. It's 70-30 instead of more vinegar. And the reason why I did that is because there's no xanthan gum or stabilizers to kind of make it not separate. And we still have some separation, but that's kind of how we show people that it is a very clean ingredient. There's no stabilizers, there's no bad stuff in it.
That's great. Well, love the standards there, helping raise the bar in hot sauce. One of the things that we did last year at Whole Foods is we conducted a study that showed that 70% of Gen Z support sustainable agriculture practices. Additionally, over 55% of them are actually willing to pay more money for these products, especially if they're helping support environmental sustainability. That gives me overall a lot of optimism. How do you think that this generation of consumers can help impact our food system?
Well, I think obviously I'm from Gen Z, and it's just really important to me. I think I'm gonna say again, but like in today's world, people they want to eat healthy, and they want to eat clean, and that's what I just kind of what I wanted to create, and I think it's the world's changing. I think it's very important.
You've established a main kitchen pantry staple. What are some of the other staples that you've got in your kitchen aside from hot sauce?
So I think obviously making this fully organic, gluten-free, kosher, no gums or stabilizers, and obviously no seed oils. I'm very kind of picky of what other products I choose now, because now after creating this, I eat, a lot healthier, and I really am picky with kind of what I pick now. So I kind of just go off with the no seed oils is very important to me,
yeah.
And the organic and kosher.
All right, Brooklyn, before we get into our lightning round, we're going to do a little sampling here. So you want to share a little bit about the product?
Yes. So we'll try the sweet jalapeno first. And I always tell people to shake it because there's no stabilizers or gums. The first time opening it obviously, but that's how you tell it's a good hot sauce. Do you like spicy?
I love spicy.
Okay. So you're going to have a lot. Oh.
There we go. And a big fan of the product is already. So good.
That one's my personal favorite.
And it's the OG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my personal favorite. I really love sweet and hot together. I feel like the sweet really brings out the flavor, the sweet and hot together. And then I also wanted to create more of a traditional hot sauce, which is for the actual hot sauce lovers. It's a bit of a thicker sauce, but it's 0 calories.
What is your favorite thing to put this one on?
So I love marinating stuff. Like I love marinating fish. When I make fish and chips, I marinate the cod overnight in the hot sauce.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never done that before. So good.
What one's your favorite?
Really depends on what I put it on.
It doesn't, honestly. When you eat like something so hot, it like burns, and it's like the horrible feeling. This is hot, but also it like disappears after like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
If you are having it with your dinner, it's not something where if you can only have one bite. This is something you can have with your whole dish. And I didn't put any stoppers in, so you can really pour it on everything.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, one of the hacks I love with both of your sauces, probably the hot habanero a little bit better, but I love making my own hummus.
Okay.
And so I like making a spicy hummus.
Okay.
And like this is like the perfect ingredient just to make it like a great spice taste. So that's one of my hacks and how I use the product. So
I like that.
Love it. All right, those were some great samples. Are we ready for the lightning round?
Yep.
Great. Well, I've learned so much today about your hot sauce, so thank you so much for joining. If you could only cook one dish for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, yeah. There you go. What's your go-to menu for dinner with your friends at your home?
Okay. What, like starter, mains, dessert?
Yeah.
Okay, starter, I would have prawn cocktail.
Oh, nice.
The main would obviously be the spaghetti bolognese. And then dessert, I would have a pecan pie.
Outstanding. I have to get this bolognese recipe here.
I'll send you some.
All right. What's your go-to breakfast?
My go-to breakfast, full English.
All right. Coffee or tea?
Tea. I'm not a coffee drinker.
All right. Cake or pie?
Pie. I'm not a fan of cake.
All right. Hot sauce on ice cream?
I did it the other day, actually.
It's great.
Not any hot sauce,
Not
Cloud23 on ice cream.
Of course.
But the sweet jalapeno is really good on ice
Yeah.
cream. And every time I say that to people, they're like, what? Why? How? Why is that good?
I tried that for the first time like
Really-
4 years ago. It's really
It's good on a s'more as well.
especially if the ice cream's got a little bit of salt in it too. I think it's good. The last person you called,
My wife.
the last person you texted,
My wife.
what are your superpowers?
Probably my passion for Cloud23 and the condiment space.
And what daily habit keeps you grounded?
Playing with my dogs.
That's great. What's one thing you'd want to share with our team members as they connect to our customers and share more about Cloud23?
I think, I love hearing people's feedback when they try Cloud23. It's just because I've been working on it for so long, and I just, I really wanted to create something that people really love. So, it really means a lot about their feedback. I love hearing people's feedback.
All right, last questions. We've heard a lot about the first two products that you've launched with Cloud23. What is next for the company?
Like I said before, this isn't just a hot sauce company. We're aiming to kind of attack the whole condiment space. I'm not going to say what condiments, but it's all going to be in the kind of spicy realm. But yeah, we have a lot more to come and some exciting things.
Can't wait to try it. I know our team members will be really excited as well. We're so passionate about this product, and just want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today, Brooklyn, and sharing all this information about Cloud23 and sort of your story and journey along the way. I've really gotten to enjoy getting to know you, and thanks for being part of our Beyond the Board, and appreciate you being an amazing supplier to Whole Foods Market.
Thank you so much for having me. I've had so much fun, and honestly, thank you so much for everything.
Yeah,
really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a great partnership. With Cloud23, Brooklyn Peltz Beckham offers high-quality products and compelling storytelling to bring a fresh, creative perspective to the culinary world. He connects global audiences by blending media with his passion for authenticity and good food.